Yava Maheshe Kadasamudharta Janeshu Deham Varavatikeshu Grahesu Jayatmajarati Mahasu Napriti Yukta Yavarata Loke Ye, those who bow my unto me, he said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krita Sabhakta Artaha, very eager to develop love in a relationship of Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Madhurya. Janeshu, to people, Ehambaravartikeshu, who are interested only in maintaining the body, not in spiritual salvation. Graheshu, to the home, Jaya, wife, Atmaja, children, Rati, wealth, or friends, Matsu, consisting of Na, not, Priti Yuktaha, very attached, Yavadartaha, to live by collecting only as much as required. Cha and Loke in the material world. Translation: those who are interested in reviving Krishna consciousness and increasing their love for Godhead do not like to do anything that is not related to Krishna. They are not interested in mingling with people who are busy maintaining their bodies, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. They are not attached to their homes, although they may be householders, nor are they attached to wives, children, friends, or wealth. At the same time, they are not indifferent to the execution of their duties. Such people are interested in collecting only enough money to keep the body and soul together. This is one. Those who are interested in reviving Krishna consciousness and increasing their love for Godhead do not like to do anything that is not related to Krishna. They are not interested in mingling with people who are busy maintaining their bodies, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. They are not attached to their homes, although they may be householders. Nor are they attached to wives, children, friends, or wealth. At the same time, they are not indifferent to the execution of their duties. Such people are interested in collecting only enough money to keep the body and soul together. Purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Gopāl. Whether he is an impersonalist or a devotee, one who is actually interested in advancing spiritually should not mingle with those who are simply interested in maintaining the body by means of so-called advancement of civilization. Those who are interested in spiritual life should not be attached to homely comfort in the company of wife, children, friends, and so forth. Even if one is a grahastha and has to earn his livelihood, he should be satisfied by collecting only enough money to maintain body and soul together. One should not have more than that, nor less than that. As indicated herein, a householder should endeavor to earn money for the execution Bhakti, Yoga, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sak Atmanivedanam. The householder should lead such a life that he gets full opportunity to hear and chant. He should worship the deity at home, observe festivals, invite friends and give them prasad. Householder should earn enough money for this purpose and not for self-gratification. Vāgyanatiraṇtasya ஞானவிலாசः चक्षुर्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदां ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् तेरं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं गुरुं वैष्णवं श्रीरूपं सुखजातं सदनुगुणाचन्द्रितं संसारि Shadvitam Javadutam Bharajanam Sritam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shakam Dakshya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Enadando Jagatte Krishna Govinda Kadavoshtute Aptakashna Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavan Devi Pranamane Hare Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Prabhupada Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday class. So we are continuing the fifth canto, fifth chapter. Instructions of Rishabdeva to his 100 sons. He spoke this at a gathering, so he's giving his instruction. I think we discussed the first, and yesterday we had the second one. For those who are not familiar, we will read the second instruction. For one can attain the path of liberation from material bondage only by rendering service to highly advanced spiritual personalities. These personalities are impersonal in their devotee. Whether one wants to merge into the Lord existence or wants to associate with the personality of Godhead, one should render service to the Mahatmas. Okay? Huh? For those who are not interested in such activities, who associate with people fond of women and sex, the path to hell is wide open. The Mahatmas are equal, they do not see any difference between one living entity and another. They are very peaceful and are fully engaged in devotional service. They are devoid of anger and they work for the benefit of everyone. They do not behave in any abominable way. Such people are known as Mahatmas. So you see, this is a very, I think he covered it at length yesterday. So there are two classes. This is a very famous verse of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Asat Sangatya He Vaishnavacha Stri Sangi Ek Asaru Krishna Avakta Ar. This is a very famous word of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was asked, understand, how to associate, correct? What the duty of association? First thing he said, Asat Sangatya He Vaishnavacha. Today also the same point. One should give up the association of non-devotees, yes? So people should understand this, if we want to make spiritual advancement, then we must know the process. We must know, and the process is to associate with devotees. If you don't associate with that one, not just devotees, uh, and then we should stay away. Of course, there's positive, and then there's the negative. What you can do and what you shouldn't do. Yes? So you should positively associate with devotees for progress, and you should stop associating with non. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has classified who are the non-devotees. Huh? What is that? What is the non-devotee? Three Sangha. So you see the association of women, Stri, is what here is used. Stri, Stri means what is the meaning of Stri, Do you know what the meaning of Stri? What is the meaning of it? Stri means someone who will expand. Someone will. The moment you go to a woman, she will expand your material attachment. That's why she is called Stri, one who expands. Eka Asadu. Anyone who associates with woman is classified as Asadu. And not only that, becomes Krishna Abhakta. Is not only Asadu, what's the meaning of sadhu? Sadhu means what? One who has all the saintly qualities. I think we covered that at length, right? That all the qualities of the devotee, correct? So then he becomes Krishna Abhakta. He is not Krishna Bhakta, he becomes what? Non-devotee. So you see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given these two lines. So today we are also talking about the same subject. Practically 99% of the people, what is your language? What they talk? Huh? What they talk? English. What they talk? You are with non-devotees, what do they talk? Ramayana, Mahabharata.
Politics,
Huh?
sports, movie.
Mostly it's about what? Women? Yeah? Women? Wine? I don't think they talk about wine. They drink it. Huh? Money? Women? Money. Correct? Huh? These are their called interests. Because someone who is not a devotee, then this is the only thing he can talk about, sense gratification.
But what if he talks about politics or sports?
But he talks about politics.
It's not money or women.
So it says here again, another verse. Who are the pure devotees mentioned here? In the assembly of pure devotees, there is no question of discussing material subjects like politics and sociology. So in other words, a pure devotee is not interested in an assembly of pure devotees, the discussion only of the qualities, forms and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of God is praised, worshipped with full attention. In the association of pure devotees, by constantly hearing such topics respectfully, even a person who wants to merge into the existence of the Absolute will abandon this idea and gradually becomes attached to the service of Vasudeva. To this point. So a person who is a Mahatma, pure devotee, he is not interested in sociology. What is this? Prabhupada writes here, sociology, right? What is this sociology? Something about social. Social? What is social? Mundane. Huh? Family affairs. Huh? What? Right? I think there's a verse in 3, what, 29, is it? About the Grahastha. Huh? 325, no, 329, no, 330. What is that? Householder, they are always talking about what? Do you know the verse? Hmm? I think it's 329, 508 or somewhere. Envious householders, they are always interested in talking about. Anyway, there's also this famous verse, that what is that? Slotra Vidini Rajendra. They got so many subjects to talk about. Huh? It's a fact. You go and see the bookshops, so many millions of books. Yes? Have you seen? Or libraries of the libraries. Hardly there's any book about Krishna inside. Yes? So many subjects. Even now they don't go into so-called books so much, but mostly on TikTok and YouTube and all these things. Yes? Practically, you don't need to go to school now. If you want to learn anything, you just go here, just click. And if you now a new thing, if you don't know how to write anything, just go to some what? IG chat, is it? What is that? Chat. Even you are a fool, you just type what you want and they'll bring out for you everything. Really, like a PhD thesis. And they don't know how to solve this problem because they cannot understand whether you really write it or you got it from the net. It's become a big problem now. Yes? How to find out? Unless you talk to the person. A fool is not known until he what? Opens his mouth. See? So you see how the whole world has become very much distorted. Because sense gratification is going on different levels. So here, the whole idea is to stop the sense gratification. Because sense gratification, as already discussed in the previous lecture, how detrimental it is for one's spiritual advancement. It's very, very, very. Why this is very dangerous? Why? Because once you engage in sense gratification, then your mind will become polluted. Anything not in Krishna consciousness, anything to do with matter is polluting. See? That's why devotees, they are very careful in associating with non-devotees. Because you may think that, oh yeah, I'm Krishna conscious now, I'm okay, I have no problem. Because if I talk to him also, I know how to keep myself alone. It's not a fact. You see, there's a verse that if you associate, whatever, if you associate with people there are two kinds of people of association. One who is a meat eater, and another one is one who eats meats. Another one is what? Associating with the meat eaters. And there's two kinds of meat eaters, no? What is that? What is that verse?
One mindset.
Actually, we belong to the caste of meat eaters because we are servants of meat eaters. Indeed, our activities are exactly like those of meat eaters. Because we are always associated with such people, we are inimical towards cows and brahmanas. There are two kinds of meat eaters. One who is born in a family of meat eaters and one who has learned to associate with meat eaters. So practically, I mean, you're going to your work, whatever. These are the class you are going to associate. Is it not? Hello? Yeah? See? So one who has learned to associate with meaning, from Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, formerly Dabir Khan and Sitaram Malay, we can learn how one attains the character of a meat eater simply by associating with meat eaters. See how dangerous. Because subtly you are with them. And when you associate with them, then you start thinking that, yeah, that is his food, it's all right. You understand? You start what? Huh? Accepting. You follow? Hello? So you see how dangerous it is. By associating with meat eater, one attains the character of a meat eater simply by associating with meat eaters. Just like if you associate with devotees, you develop what? Saintly characters. You associate with meat eaters, then that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu won. Asat Sangatya. Hey Vaishnav, acha. The number one duty of devotee is not to associate with work from home. You see, but you have to know the pitfalls. You understand? So you cannot just bravely walk in, yeah, hello, hi, here. You have to understand that what you're going in. Especially the office environment is always, we are going to have a lunch meeting. Yes? And they love that lunch meeting. Yes? He's ordering the crab and I mean, you name it. And you are there with your little orange. How are you going to manage? Yes. Hey, you should try this, this is vegetarian. Oh, it's vegetarian. Oh. You understand? You see how dangerous it is. Right? And if you don't go and attend the lunch, what kind of meeting? It's anti-social. Yeah, you said you cannot socialize, but then you see you label as what? So you got a problem? Yes. You're like caught in the what? Middle of the what? Deep sea and the what is that word? The devil and the deep sea. What am I gonna do? Is it not a problem? Yeah? Yes, you enjoy all the fragrance of the meat-eater food. How you can convert to vegetarian? They will try to convert you to meat-eater. Yes, you see, you are very weak, I see you that day walking, you nearly fell down. You must eat. Yes? You understand? What you going to do? These are challenges. Here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't associate. And now you are caught inside. So practically, how to solve this problem? Go back. Go back to India. Sit in Jagannath Puri. Whatever. This is not. Huh? What is your solution for this? Practical. We are talking about practicality now. Yes? And if you don't earn your livelihood, then that is no problem. Yes? Unless you become Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, you resign. That's it. Huh? How you explain this now? What's your solution for this problem? Anybody got suggestion? Hello? No? No solution.
You carry lunch from home.
Carry lunch.
From home.
When you eat your lunch with all of them, your lunch also get contaminated. Do you know that? Prabhupada said, what is that verse? We cannot eat in hotel and restaurants and,
But that is their food, not mentioned our food.
Yeah, even though you eat your food in their place, you get to take the sins of all those people who are committing sins there. Prabhupada was, saying that one time he came early and in the airport. Here we are not. We cannot because they're not eating here. Yeah, outside. No, in the building, no. At the same place, just like Prabhupada was invited to sit in the restaurant. Prabhupada said, no, we cannot sit there. Because if we sit there, then we are taking the sins of the whole place. So Prabhupada sat in a garden waiting for the car to come. You understand? This is implication. You understand? This is all a subtle law of karma. You cannot just try to, like one incident, Prabhupada was in a car going, and in front of him was another car, and then in front there was a meat truck, So in fact, the meat truck was behind actually. So they were going, and then this car at the back, on the car in front of Prabhupada or something, they gave way for the meat truck to overtake, And just by doing that, Prabhupada commented, you see, because he gave way for the meat truck, he is implicated sinfully. Just by giving what? The meat truck, leeway, implicated. Understand? So therefore, you see how subtle all these laws are. You understand? So why I'm pointing this out is because although you are in this kind of atmosphere, you must understand the consequences. You understand? Hello? Huh? It is not that, it's all right, what to do is their food and their thing. I'm only going there to work only. But you cannot just work, you have to interact, yes? Huh? You see no evil, okay. Your job will be gone. Yes. You see, it is challenging. Very, very challenging. So therefore, a devotee has to be, as today's word, he has to become very much detached. You understand? He has to be learning how to be not attached as much as he can. Then he says here, he cannot not do his duty. He has to do his duty. But he has to be careful. You understand? Yes, there's another verse here. It gives this guideline. It shows how the householder should work. Same points, but it is explained here. One in the Grahastha order of life should daily worship the sages by studying, by Vedic study, the forefathers by offering the mantra Swada, the demigod by chanting Swaha, all living entities by offering shares of one meal, and human beings by offering grains and water. Thus considering the demigod, sages, forefather, living entities, and human beings to be manifestation of my purpose. One should daily perform these five sacrifices. Of course, you can do all this by simply chanting Hare Krishna. When you chant Hare Krishna, you are doing all these five sacrifices. A householder should comfortably maintain his dependence either with money that comes of his own accord or with that gathered by honest execution of one's duty. According to one's means, one should perform sacrifice and other religious ceremonies. So householder duty is to earn money to perform religious sacrifice. Huh? You understand? And the best sacrifice is what? Hello? Is to chant. Correct? And distribute prasad. A householder taking care of many dependent family members should not become materially attached to them, nor should he become mentally unbalanced, considering himself to be the Lord. An intelligent householder should see that all possible future happiness, just like that which he has already experienced, is temporary. So he should understand his objective. Understand and not completely get carried away. Huh? Yes? Association of children, wife, relatives, and friends is just like a brief meeting of travelers. With each change of body, one is separated from all such associates. Just as one loses the object one possessed in a dream when the dream is over. Just like you go to the railway station or the bus station, you're meeting so many people. Yes? The moment the bus comes, everybody goes their own way. The same thing is that with our family. Today, yeah, we are related. But when we leave the body, then what? We don't know. Yes? Deeply considering, deeply considering the actual situation, a liberator should leave at home just like a guest without any sense of proprietorship of ownership. In this way, he will not be bound or entangled by domestic affairs. Suppose you go to somebody's house and you are a guest, correct? When you are a guest means what? You're not attached to all the things, yes? To see how the what do you call that? The ideal way of living at home. Because you know that it all are temporary. Right? Yes. But on the other hand, if you don't follow this uh, system, a householder devotee who worships me by execution of his family duties may remain at home or go to a holy place, or if he has a responsible son, take sannyas. But a householder whose mind is attached to his home and who is thus disturbed by ardent desires to enjoy his money and children, who is lusty after women, who is possessed of a miserly mentality and who is unintelligent, thinks everything is mine and I am everything, is certainly bound in illusion. You see how dangerous it is? If we don't act in this detached manner, we are so attached to the whole thing, this is mine, this is mine, this is I know, then it's going to be a big problem. It's going to be a big problem. What is the problem? Oh, my poor elderly parents and my wife with a mere infant in her arms and my other young children, without me, they have absolutely no one to protect them and will suffer unbearably. How can my poor relative possibly live without me? This is how you start thinking in the attached manner. Yes? Yes, because of his foolish mentality, a householder whose heart is overwhelmed by family attachment is never satisfied. Constantly meditating on his relatives, he dies and enters into the darkness of ignorance. See how this whole episode leads one to a very dangerous position. Yes? So another thing point is this. Now we are talking about attachment. Now one another thing is about the attachment to money. Why money? Prabhu, we all need money, you know. Yes, every one of us needs money, right? Who don't need money? Can you live without money? So what's wrong with being attached to money? What's wrong? Anything wrong? The more I have, the more stable I become, the more secure. Yes? Why not?
You keep on increasing your attachment, more and more and more.
No, but listen, I need security. You come into Singapore for what? For what? To sightseeing here. Huh? Why do you come here? Money. Yes. What are the pitfalls for getting money? Why? Explain here. These are the dangers that comes with trying to accumulate money. Huh? First, theft, violence, speaking lies, duplicity, lust, anger, perplexity, pride, quarreling, enmity, faithlessness, envy, and the dangers caused by women, gambling, and intoxication are the 15 undesirable qualities that contaminate man because of greed for wealth. Although these qualities are undesirable, man falsely ascribes value to them. One desiring to achieve the real benefit of life should therefore remain aloof from undesirable material wealth. You see how dangerous it is? Hello? Yes? Not that you simply can give money and yes, no. As you know, what is it says, Sir Parikshit Maharaj, you gave colleague, right? 4 places to stay, right? And he said, in your kingdom, there's no four, these 4 places are not there. You please give me another place. Yes? And what is the place he get?
Gold. Gold.
Right? Gold, correct? So gold means what? What is gold mean? Money. So wherever there is money, excess money especially, then all these 15 bad qualities will manifest. And it's dangerous. That's why actually the Brahminical principle is not to keep. He got today, they take and spend off. Finish. No extra, no keeping. Why? Because of this danger. You understand? They come, spend, finish. Tomorrow we'll talk about it. This is the Brahminical code. Because if you keep, then I think Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called what's his name? Govinda for keeping something. And he chastised him. Yes? In the CC, correct? What he was keeping? What is Haritaki?
For digestion, we keep.
For digestion. He was just keeping this small little fruit for digestion. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him. Why are you keeping? You see how dangerous this is? And here it is explained that also, what is this another point here? Dangers caused by women. Because when you got money, you want to what? Enjoy them. And who you enjoy with? So what are the dangers caused by women? Huh? What? What are no danger? They are the best friend. What is this dangerous curse by women? You know, 330, what is that? 330? 331? The dangerous curse by women, 330, 331 or 330? All the women, huh? 331? So these are the qualities that creates, when one associates with women. I mean, the whole topic today, today's topic is that what? You should not associate with what? Women, right? Other than your wife. Women. One should not associate with a cause who is bereft of knowledge of self-realization is no more than a dancing dog in the hands of a woman. The infatuation and bondage which accrue to a man from attachment to any other object is not as complete as that resulting from attachment to a woman or to the fellowship of women who are fond of women. Why? Why? Huh? What is the reason for this? Hmm? At the sight of his own daughter, Brahma was bewildered by her charms and shamelessly ran up to her in the form of a stag, and she took the form of a hind. I think maybe it's in front. It is in front of that verse, 34. Yes, here. So when you associate with women, these are the faults. He becomes devoid of truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, gravity, spiritual intelligence, shyness, austerity, faith, forgiveness, control of the mind, control of the senses, fortune, and all such opportunities. These are all the qualities that what come out of associating with huh? Women. See? I think it is here. So this is what happens if we associate with people who are unrighteous, pursuit of sexual enjoyment. Yes? Huh? These are all the bad qualities that automatically, and we can see there's a very good example in Ajamil. Yes? He was a saintly Brahmin, but when he associated with the Vishai, the prostitute, he lost all his good. Don't think that because you are with your wife and everything, therefore you're going to become a saint. You have to make your wife saintly. Huh? Hello? It's all right. Huh? What? You have to be careful. Yes. First thing you become a devoid of what? Truthfulness. Prabhupada said that what Chanakya Pandit said, you cannot trust our. Why? Huh? Because they're liars. Because they're what? Huh? Two things. Yes. Politician, especially Indian politician, first class. Huh? They can not truthful. Cleanliness, mercy, and actually, they experimented, they put the women soldiers in more. And when they brought them to move, they will fight. And they were fighting. Even the man surrendered. This woman, no mercy, they kill them. Because their heart is, you understand? So they took the woman soldiers out. Merciless for their own what? Lusty satisfaction. They don't care whether son, brother, father. No. You understand? That's why there's no mercy. And gravity. What is gravity?
But Aurangzeb also was like that.
Aranja?
Aurangzeb killed his brothers and imprisoned his father for them.
Yeah. That's why he's a politician we don't trust. That's why we don't trust the politicians. Yes? Right? What is this gravity? What is gravity? Seriousness, is that? Some steadiness, yes? Huh? Unsteady, cannot have control of your mind. Spiritual intelligence, you finish with spiritual intelligence. That's also quoted in this verse, you see. The illusory material nature attracts the minute living energy to embrace her. And as a result, the assumed form composes her qualities. Subsequently, he loses all his spiritual qualities and must undergo repeated death. See this point here? Huh? It doesn't mean that you go to the Maya, that means what? You become saintly. Huh? You lose all your spiritual qualities. Understand? Hello? And then what? Shyness, austerity. No, you cannot be austere anymore. Fame, forgiveness. You lose this quality of even forgiving. Control of the mind, forget it. Control of the senses, forget it. Fortune, you lose your fortune. And all such opportunities. You see how detrimental it is? Yeah? Hello? So this is the dangers. And this comes with excessive dangers of the. Yeah? So you see how we should be very, very cautious. Of course, if your wife is a devotee, then that's another whole thing altogether. If they are serving together, chanting, serving Krishna, then that's a saving grace. Because your house is what? Centered on Krishna. But if it's not, then all is dangerous. You see how detrimental it is that when one becomes entangled. Yeah? That's why it says here that the only solution is to associate with, or you have Prabhupada set up a temple and devotees stay around. In that way you get very much of a protection, safeguard. Yes? Now when you were staying outside and now you come staying here, you find any difference? No difference. What is the difference?
Being more spiritually strong.
You're getting spiritual strength. Yes? You see, this is so important. That's why Prabhupada wanted all the household to stay around the temple. It's very important. If you don't do that, then you get implicated. You get what? Implicated. See? Sometimes the devotees also start thinking that no, I think I want to make money, I want because I can use it for serving Krishna and this and that. That's also very dangerous. You see here? Material desire is explained as the desire to enjoy the material world to the fullest extent. In modern language, this is called economic development. An inordinate desire for economic development is considered to be like straws and grains, sand within the heart. If one is overly engaged in material activity, the heart will always remain disturbed. As a result, as stated by Narottam Das Thakur. In other words, endeavor for material opulence is always the principle of devotion, is against the principle of devotion. So, material enjoyment include activities such as great sacrifice for auspicious activity, charity, austerity, elevation to higher planet system, and even living happily within the material world. Modernized material benefits are like the dust of material contamination. When this dust is agitated to the whirlwind of fruitive activity, it overcomes the heart. So the mirror of the heart is covered with dust. There are many desires to perform auspicious and inauspicious activity, but people do not know how life after life they are keeping their hearts unclean. One who cannot give up the desire for fruitive activities is understood to be covered by the dust of material contamination. Karmis generally think that the interaction of fruitive activity can be counteracted by another karma of fruitive activity. This is certainly a mistaken conception. If one is deluded by such a conception, he is cheated by his own activity. Such activities have been compared to an elephant's bathing. An elephant may pass very thoroughly, but as soon as he comes out of the river, it immediately takes some sand from the land and throws it all over his body. If one suffers due to his past fruitive activity, he cannot counteract his suffering by performing auspicious activity. The sufferings of human society cannot be counteracted by material plans. The only way suffering can be mitigated is by Krishna consciousness. When one takes to Krishna consciousness and engages himself in devotion service to the Lord, beginning with chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord, the cleansing the heart begins. When the heart is actually cleansed, one can clearly see the Lord sitting there without any disturbance. Srimad Bhagavatam 9:468, the Lord says, the Lord confirmed that He sits within the heart of the pure devotee. Sadhavo hridayam mayam sadhunam hridayam tuham. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained that even though one may become free from the desire for fruitive activity, sometimes the subtle desire for fruitive activity again comes into being within the heart. One often thinks of conducting business to improve devotional activity, but the contamination is so strong that it may later develop into misunderstanding, described as kutinati, fault finding, and pratishta asa, desire for name and fame and for high position, jiva himsa, envy of other living entities, nisita achara, accepting things forbidden in the sat, kama, desire for material gain, and puja, hankering for popularity. The word kutinati means duplicity. An example of pratishta asa, one may attempt to imitate Srila Haridas Thakur by living in a solitary place. One's real desire may be for name and fame. In other words, one thing that fools will accept one to be as good as Haridas Thakur just because one lives in a solitary place. These are all material desires. A neophyte devotee is certain to be attacked by other material desires as well as namely desire for women and money. In this way, the heart is again filled with dirty things and become harder and harder, like that of a materialist. Gradually, one desires to become a reputed devotee or an avatar incarnation. The word Jivahimsa, envy of other living entities, actually means stopping the preaching of Krishna consciousness. Preaching work is described as paropakara, welfare activities for others. Those who are ignorant of the benefits of devotional service must be educated by preaching. If one stops preaching and simply sits down in a solitary place, he is simply engaging in material activity. If one desires to make compromise, the Mayavadis is also engaged in material activity. A devotee should never make compromises with non-devotees. By acting as a professional guru, mystic yogi, or miracle man, one may cheat and bluff the general public and gain fame as a wonderful mystic. But all these are considered to be dust, straw, and grains of sand within the heart. In addition, one should follow the regulated principle and not desire illicit gambling, intoxication, or meat eating. So you see how these are all dangers in our heart. We don't become very, very, what they say, careful with our Krishna consciousness. Because subtly the desire may again come in. See? So you see how we should be very, very, that's why it says that I explained at length on that point that how a spirit soul is so much entangled with Maya, how he can come out. Devotee asked the question. Yeah? You have to become very, very well. Strongly practicing your, you must be seriously practicing. So you have to be very careful. Like today you see, you have to do in such a way that you are detached. Although you are staying at home, still you become detached. How you become detached? Understand that everything is property of. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur sang one song, no? Huh? This is who? This is not my house. This is your house. These are not my wife and children. They are yours. Manasa Deho Geho, right? Yeah? More Kichu. Huh? Yeah. So we see how we should try to live in this kind of a consciousness. Otherwise, you see, I've already explained at length. Danger of money, danger of women, yes. And householder, how? We can get very attached. You see, there's another verse spoken by Prahlad Maharaj. How can a person who is most affectionate to his family, the core of his heart, when always filled with their pictures, give up their association? Especially a wife is always very kind and sympathetic and always pleases the husband in solitary place. Who could give up the association with such a dear and affectionate one? Small children talk in broken language, very pleasing to hear, and their affectionate father always thinks of their sweet words. How could he give up the association? One's elderly parents and one's sons and daughters are also very dear. A daughter is especially dear to her father. And while living at her husband's house, she is always in his mind. Who could give up that association? Aside from this, in household affairs, there are many decorated items or household furniture, and there are also animals and servants who could give up such comfort. The attached householder is like a silkworm which weaves a cocoon in which it simply is imprisoned, unable to get out. Simply for the satisfaction of two important senses, the genital and the tongue. One is bound by material condition. How can one escape? Hello? Andakupam is called Grahan Andakupam. Falling in a dark. Understand? I mean, you cannot live with the idea that, oh, everything is rosy and, I mean, everybody is doing it, but what are you talking about? Huh? You see here, the whole stretch here, how many householders? More than 90%. Yes, yes. You understand? So it's all right, like he's also, I'm also, everybody's same. The same mood. Right? That's why we need a very strong association. You need some people to speak, not that everything is okay and everything is same. Huh? If somebody will tell you this is bad, you have to realize this is not, you are not in a very favorable position. Hello? Huh? Unless someone speaks of a detachment, Who will become detached? Yes? Only he will think of becoming detached when he fights with his wife. I'm going to take sannyas. Yes? See? So try to understand that we need to practice very strict what? And we cannot try to be very, but it's now we say, compromise. Yes? Then we will be finished. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the guidelines. Stay at home and chant and read the books and associate with, then we are safe, at least. We go on with now, but always repenting and crying. See, it's a famous verse that we have shown many times. Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glories when disgusted with all material activities, knowing that all sense gratification leads to misery, but still been unable to renounce sense enjoyment, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he is sometimes engaged in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to miserable result. He sincerely repents such activities. So this is our solution. Carry on, never mind, associate, and try to improve. Yes, because ashram is like that. Today okay, tomorrow, correct? Other day is okay. It's like what? Roller coaster. So we need to become fixed up. It is called what? Nista. You understand? And especially giving up, this whole point, giving up sense, giving up sense gratification is the key to becoming fixed. Otherwise, it's very, very challenging. Very. So he says here, you see one very important point. Having awakened faith in the narrations of my glory, one. That means hearing about Krishna. Becoming disgusted with material activities, two. That means getting attracted to Krishna and getting disgusted to Maya. And third thing, see, this third thing is very important. Knowing that all self gratification leads to misery. See this one? It's not that he just stays and enjoys life and family and like an ordinary karma. He understands. That is the thing. You have to have what? Knowledge. You have to know. Oh, this is not good. This is bad. You understand? You cannot be oblivious. That's the why. Because if you just soak into sense gratification, your intelligence will become what? Finish. I think there's so many verses we have shown on that point. Yes? See? That also, if you simply don't take care, then it's like the what? And what's that? 422. Grasses growing on the bank, right? And you will suck up the whole water. Yes? And everything becomes dried out, finish. So you see this point. We have to always be conscious. I cannot do these things. That's why we have a very strong morning program. Why? Because immediately whatever happens, you come back, it what? Brings you back again to your spiritual discipline. You understand? This is a saving grace. Yes or no? Whatever happens, but when you come here and attend the program, and mine is what? Yes, this is so important to develop the good quality. You cannot develop good qualities by sleeping. It's not possible. By sleeping, you become a saint. Huh? Yes? Sleeping beauty. Right? What? That is some kind of fellow, sleeping beauty. Yes? You sleep and some prince will come and kiss you in the cheek and then suddenly, you are. What? Hello? We have to develop good qualities that only can happen if we what? Take up the spiritual program seriously. Understand? Hello? Yes. We cannot compromise on that. That's no compromisation. There's no. That's why we are here. We understand all these things. Application is what we are, what? Little weak. So we need strength. And for that, we need association. We need examples. We need what? Somebody to help us. That's why Prabhupada created the system. Prabhupada, is Acharya who came to Kali Yuga. Suppose we don't have this temple at all, then what are you going to do? No, Prabhu. Someone said, no, Prabhu, I'll do at home. No, I'll ring my bell at home. Yeah, okay. Nobody's saying, how long are you going to ring your bell at home? That's the question. Yes, because you ring your bell and everyone is sleeping. How is he going to inspire you? Yeah. Hello? And then someone will come and say, hey, don't ring the bell too long. People are sleeping. Yes or no? Huh? Correct? Huh? See how dangerous it is. But here you can ring as loud as you like and you can sing as loud as you like. Yes? Yes? Any problem? Problem? No? So therefore, a temple was created by Prabhupada for this purpose. Association of devotees, performing your devotional service, yes, and making it once. All right. Oh, I'm over short time. Sorry. Any questions?
Yeah, so the politics and sociology, devotees don't discuss. But social problems are because of, in the dictionary, Google, it shows that definition of sociology, two things, the study of the development, structure and functioning of human society, and also the study of social problems. But social problems are because of lack of Krishna consciousness, and sometimes like Prabhupada addressed things like scientific notions and even women's condition. They go into government for support or abortion or this kind of social issues and giving Krishna conscious answers. So how does that fit in the system?
See, as I've explained, all these problems are generated, or the social problems are generated because of lack of Krishna consciousness. So the solution is, if we bring Krishna consciousness into the fold, then all these problems disappear. That is the secret. So we, as Krishna conscious, practitioners, we want to impart that to us. You understand? So therefore, even though you come with many, many problems, hundreds of problems, but if you can just encourage them to become Krishna conscious, then all these problems disappear. Just like the rising of the sun. The moment there's Krishna, the sun, what is that word? Krishna, Surya Sama. Huh? The moment there is Krishna, Nai Maya, no Maya. So this is the secret that only the Krishna conscious people have. You understand? But without Krishna, then you're going to have many more problems. Because Maya will multiply and multiply and multiply, and you're going into quicksand and you're going to sink. And there's no way out of it. You cannot get out of it. Unless and until you take shelter of uh, the devotees. So all these problems that we are having materially can be immediately be corrected if one opens his mouth and say, Hare. That's all. There's no other thing to it. Yes, simple method. It's not very difficult. That's why we say chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So you may speak about, of course, you see like with the world leaders, the G7 meeting and G5 or the G20, all meeting. What is the meeting? Because there's lack of Krishna, then everything is simply a waste of. Yes, you have to wake up. And waking up means Krishna.
So a devotee, in order to teach them, he has to address those social issues through Krishna consciousness. Right.
Yes.
So in that way, he has to discuss sociology a bit.
Yes. So when you come to such people and if they address you with this thing, and we tell them the solution. Just like Prabhupada was talking to one Chicago police officer in the SSR, no? Crime, what to do? Huh? You know that, no? And Prabhupada said, Chanari Krishna. He's confused. Crime and murder, and you say Chanari Krishna, how does this relate? It's right. It's a solution. The moment you elevate people to Krishna consciousness, then all these things disappear. All these things happen when we don't bring Krishna into our life. That's why we are stuck here in the material world. Yeah? Yes.
Prabhu, there is an offense that medium you make, you say Hare Krishna and then you do offense, and that is the greatest offense, right? You take Mahamantra in, but still you are doing offenses. Then there's no point in taking Hare Krishna name because you're still making your heart.
Not like that. Usually a person when he comes to Krishna consciousness, it is expected of him to make offenses. That's why it's called the Nama Aparat stage. Where you are chanting with big desire, I want a big bungalow, I want a big wife, so many things. And it's natural. But as you keep doing it, then gradually you will become purified. You understand? It doesn't mean that if you're taking the medicine not working, of course you change the medicine, but you still take some medicine. You understand? But in this case, this medicine is powerful. It's a matter of time. The more and more you chant, and then all your dirty things go, then you become purified. Anartha, nivritti. All the dirty things. What are the dirty things? Mainly desire for sense gratification.
But I think he's conflating the idea of offensive chanting with um, committing offenses on the strength of chanting. Offensive chanting is one thing, but committing offenses on the strength of chanting, that is another thing. Seventh offense is about committing offenses on the strength of chanting.
Yes.
But offensive chanting is different.
What is offensive chanting?
I mean, offensive chanting is where chanting the offenses, but to commit an offense, I mean,
Knowingly.
to commit a sin.
Knowingly.
To commit a sin and then to contract it with the holy name.
No, that you cannot do.
So seventh offense is actually that. It's not about because I'm offensively chanting, so it is offense.
Because that any intelligent person will know that you go and do some nonsense, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
No, I'm not saying about that. I'm saying about when you go to workplace, like as you said, we associate with me teachers. Okay. I know that is bad, wrong actually from within my heart. But after that, I chant Hare Krishna. So then I'm taking the Mahamantra, but inside of my heart, I know that this is what Mahaprabhu has said.
No, that's why I've quoted that verse just now, knowingly is involved in sense gratification by my devotee, because he is my devotee, sincerely repents. Yes? So the repenting is very important. And you understand you're caught in a mess, and sometimes you are implicated. What to do? He just prays and cries and Krishna. So Krishna is quoted that verse just now. What is that verse? Huh? My devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. That's why I spoke about how you should come here and associate with devotees and come for the morning program and everything. Why? Because that is purifying. As in other words, when you attend the morning program and all that, and then Yeah, you have to do your duty, you have to go, work, collect money or whatever. But because you have done this very strong morning program, you become, what is it, spiritually sustainable. You understand? You can make a test, you can come here and you don't come here, you see how they're different. Right? For those who are coming here every day, you see the difference. Then you go out on the contact, in fact, on the contrary, when you go out, the day becomes very peacefully arranged for you. Yes or no? Those who are experienced, yes. But if you don't do, then you try, you see, you become washed out. So the spiritual energy is so powerful that it sustains you, it purifies you, and it protects you. That's why Krishna said, what is that? Sarva dharma parityaja mam ekam sharanam aham tvam sarve papabhi ukshasmi mas. Kauntaya pratijane ma bhakta. These words are not false, But you must do the program. If you don't do the program, why? Because you have to follow Guru. Without Guru's direction, forget it. What are you going to do? Speculate. You'll be off, you're gone. I mean, with the test, if you are getting disturbed, then something is wrong with your program. No need to big rocket science for that. If your mind is just running to women all the time, there's something wrong with you. Yes. So if you are intelligent, you will come crying, Prabhu, what's going on? I feel myself so much, disturbed and this and that. That's association? Yes. Then the remedial measure, then the body advice you. Especially if you come, my experience, you come here in the morning and become very fixed up. I don't think anything will affect you. I can give you because it's Shastra. Is it? Understand? This is the solution. Otherwise, how you want to live? How you want to do? Huh? Difficult. Understand this point? I think that's the word there, I think it is what, 3:27. It is 4:27, 13, 4:27. Mangalarti and all that. 27 is. Can you help me just pack Mangalarti and see if it's 3:27, 4:27? I think it's 4:27. Go to this verse. You just pack for me a Mangalarti and 4:27 something, you come in. Convert it to find that. Anyone can help? No, it's 4 or 3:27, 14, 13, 24 maybe. Can you help? Can you somewhere there? It will be there with the morning program, and then he goes out collecting money or working or. I have shown that verse many times. So anyway, the point is this: that if you do this, then you are in safe. Understand? You cannot become Superman. It's not going to work. Maya can finish us at any moment. 4:27, 24. So here, see, this was a very important Prabhupada said here. According to Vedic principle, one should rise early in the morning, take bath, chant Hare Krishna, offer Mangala to the deity, study Vedic literature, take prasad, engage in dressing and collecting and decorating the deity. One must also collect money for the temple expenditures. If one is a householder, he must go to work in accordance with the prescribed duty of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. In this way, one should lead a life of spiritual understanding. And this is the Vedic way of civilization. One who does not follow all these rules and regulations is called a Yavana and a Malaysia. This is the point. If you don't do this, then you become classified as a Yavana and a Malaysia. One should not mistakenly think that this word refers to certain class of men in other countries. There is no question of limitation according to nations. Whether one lives in India or outside of India, he is called a Yavana or Malaysia if he does not follow the Vedic principle. If he does not do this, then there's no hope. It's finished. You understand? Hello?
Yes.
So why we have been, every class we are just saying that you please attend this morning program, please attend morning. And you sleep. How you can wake up if you sleep 6 days a week? The seventh day, or you run to the temple, you wake up. For sure you will fall asleep. Yes or no? So there should be practice every day chanting, every day doing. You understand? Can you imagine you come once a week? If you come 5 times or 6 times a week, what will be your position? Huh? What will be your position? Common sense, right? Yes. So this is the solution. If you want a solution, this is a solution. And if you don't want a solution, then become a Malacha and follow them. You cannot try to shortcut this thing. Spiritual life is not something you can do according to your conditions. No. Maya is not your property. Maya works under your jurisdiction. Madhyakshana, Susajate Charachana. Etune Nagampaya, Jagat, Maya is working under my jurisdiction. Come on. You understand? You follow? Are you understanding this? Yes, we are caught. We didn't. Whose fault is it we are here? Whose fault? Krishna's fault. Whose fault? Our fault. So now to redeem ourselves, there are procedures. You cannot try to whimsically do your nonsense. It's not possible. You understand? You have to surrender. Finish. Okay. Anybody else? Is there any questions? Someone saying? Yeah, 12,195. How you go? No more, that's it. So, okay, I guess I thank you. I'm sorry for stretching the class a bit longer, but nonetheless, you have to be very concerned about the dangers of trying to associate with non-believers. And their mentality is to always accumulate. These are they are so-called what? Desires. And if they cannot try, they will be gambling. They go to the gambling. It's just money because they think money is the source of all happiness. Well, I already explained at that time. So thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Gopal, Krishna Gopal.